Hi, I'm your host, Megalon Jones, and we continue along with the campaign that ships with IL2 Great Battles, Battle of Bodenplatte. We're doing the Winds of Fury campaign, which is an exploration of the Tempest Strike Wing that was based in the Low Countries in 1944, 1945. It's October 6th. And right now, two flights of Tempests, Charlie Flight and Bearskin Flight, are in a low-level armed reconnaissance. It's my job as the flight leader of Bearskin to provide close escort for Charlie Flight. Their job is to shoot up anything they find on the ground. And right now, that means lots of rail traffic. The Tempest is absolutely made for this type of work. It's armed with four 20mm Hispano Sousa cannons, which is probably the best armament package found on aircraft in the Second World War. It's a cannon with a very high rate of fire and is much more reliable than the German Mark 108 30mm job. Bearskin Flight is holding steady at around 8,000 feet while Charlie shoots up the rail lines. The only way we're able to get away with that is because we have some extended escorts. The worst thing you can do as a fighter pilot is be caught low and slow. About 20 miles to our immediate right, we have Wagon Wheel Flight, which isn't under my control, but is attached to the RAF 2nd Tactical Air Force. They're doing high-level interdiction of the GAF and generally keeping the Luftwaffe honest. If it wasn't for their part of this mission, we wouldn't have been able to do this job at all. YouTube compression won't allow you to see this, but in game I'm able to keep an eye on the fight to our immediate south. I turn up the heat on the engines, dive below the clouds, and proceed to the next waypoint where ground control allows Bearskin to do some strafing of its own. We get spotted by a 37mm German ACAC position, and I set up for my own attack run. I get out unscathed, but the volume of fire spooks me. Only asses make second passes, and I order Bearskin to ignore that position as we still have a long flight home and I want to save some ammunition in case we get bounced by the Luftwaffe. The sky is clear, and as it turns out, the return leg is completely uneventful. With the exception of a couple long-distance 88mm shots, this stuff is mostly wishful thinking. We've avoided any type of flak traps. Returning to Vogel Field, I spot what must be a German getting shot down. There's no SOS calls on my radio comms, and this kind of puts a clink in my landing approach. Remember what I said about being low and slow? It's dangerous. So my plan is to get bearskin flight on the ground as soon as possible. Landing is always a exercise in patience, and in my opinion, it's kind of one of the scariest things you do. You just gotta take your time, trust that the angle of attack and the airspeed that the manufacturers suggest is correct, put it down, and taxi. It isn't a 3-point landing, but I'll take it. Everyone's made it home safe and sound. Next on the channel, I think we're going back to combat mission, and we're overdue for some World War II action. Hope to see you next time around. We will be in the Ardennes forest.
Since the nuclear holocaust, 20 years have passed. The leader of the Urak monarchy, the powerful Euro-Afro-Asian unity who pressed the fatal button, claims to have won the conflict. But planet Earth has been reduced to a garbage-strewn radioactive desert, inhabited by humans devoid of all hope for a future.
That thing back there was a cyborg, half man, half robot.
I don't have time to jaw with anyone who won't identify himself.